Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. There's a lock for the mustard cap. See that right there? Unlocked. Locked. Locked. There's a lock for the mustard cap. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. You can use a spatula for the toaster oven. Yep. You can use a spatula for the toaster oven. Honey, lunch is ready. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. How to make these look brand new. Okay, here we go. Put them in the oven. And push self-clean. Moment of truth. What? It worked! Honey, it worked! I didn't ruin the baking sheets! Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. There's a self-clean option on the oven. Gotta test this. There it is. See you in 3 hours. It's pretty smoky. 3 hours later. Here we go. Wow. So shiny. Yep, totally works. There's a self-clean option on the oven. Honey, I cleaned the oven. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. My buddy Whit told me this.
If you put salt on pineapple, you won't get bumps on your tongue.
Wow. All right, well, let's try that out.
Pink Himalayan salt, because I'm fancy. Pineapple from Joseph's Trading Company.
Ah, yes.
Dab. Mmm.
Mmm. It doesn't hurt. Did they have a lot of these on set?
What's that?
Excavation scene. Jurassic Park?
No, because they did not let me go to Hawaii.
Just learned something else in my 30s. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. The easiest way to open up this annoying seal. Get past the child safety. Yes. And with that little piece of plastic, take the cap and push down. Oh! Just use the cap. Just use the cap. Honey, I opened up the loadout. What? Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. You can score the ice with the windshield scraper. This is a windshield scraper. Everyone has one of these where I grew up. It does not get the ice off that well. Unless you use the back of the tool to break apart the ice and then wipe it away easily. The back of the tool!
I measure my inches and knuckles. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What? Inch and a quarter. Inch and a half. Inch and a quarter. Inch. Honey, I need to measure your fingers. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. The correct way to hang mugs on a dish rack. Truly incredible, let me show you. You do not hang them upside down like that. What if there are more mugs? They won't fit. Adding 2 more mugs. You hang them upside down by the handle. They all fit. That is so incredible. Oh, they all fit. All right, wait a second. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. How to crack an egg. Gotta move you for this. Crack the egg on the flat surface, not the edge of the pan. Okay? Whoa! Crack the egg on the flat surface, not the edge of the pan. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. If you turn the coffee grinder upside down, the top becomes a cup. Okay, let's try this. I haven't had my coffee yet. Grind the coffee. Turn it upside down and grind again. And boom. Didn't have to dig for it. I need coffee. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. You can crack an egg perfectly by just dropping it. Pan, egg, drop. Huh! There's no shell in the egg! Huh! Whoa! Look how perfectly that cracked! Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. A really easy way to cut really thin slices of cheese. This cheese is called paneer, apparently. Vegetable peeler, cheese. Really thin slice of cheese. Honey, I got cheese now. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. When you don't have an oven mitt, you can use tongs to pick up a hot pot lid. You do not use the front. You use the middle. Works great. Yeah. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. You can break these packages in half. Hold it. You can break these packages in half. What? Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. You can check if your pants will fit with your neck. Pants. These fit but will be a little tight. Yep. You can check if your pants will fit with your neck. Oh, I gotta change. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s.
Can we join in?
Yeah. Yep, that's party shirt. So apparently you can microwave paper.
Only one way to find out.
All right, let's try this out. All right, so get it wet.
Soaking wet.
Okay. All right, microwave it for like 15 seconds. Okay.
Definitely a lot drier.
Is it?
Yeah, feel it. It doesn't feel as damp.
It is. It's about one sudden movement from tearing.
Yeah.
Back. It's not wet.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's damp, but not wet.
All right, guys, verdict?
I think that one's real,
yeah,
you
I
know.
think it's real.
It's gonna
I
get it
mean,
bone dry, but maybe if we
yeah.
left it in for longer and it was
Yeah.
very wet. So if you do a light spill, 15 to 25 seconds could be the magic number.
There you go. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. Rainbows are actually full circles. Rainbows are actually full circles. Viewers on the ground can only see the light reflected by raindrops above the horizon. Here's a picture with math I don't really understand. And here's a beautiful image of a full circle rainbow. Rainbows are actually full circles. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. Switzerland is a third world country. Switzerland, neutral by law. That means that it's not allied with anyone, so that means third world country. I wonder if there are others. Is Sweden third world? Since Sweden is not a NATO country, it is a third world country. Well, 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 how definitions change. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. This is not what all chicken eggs look like. They come in a lot of different colors. This is what chicken eggs look like. Look at all of those colors. Brown, green, pink, blue. They're so pretty. Why? Why destroy something so beautiful? Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. The correct way to stop a smoke alarm from beeping. You do not wave the smoke away with a pillow. It has a button. Test/silence. It has a button. Wait, I can't use water on this thermal cup because the heat doesn't get through. Oh my gosh. What? Not a drop of residue. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. The best way to get these annoying stickers off. Spoiler alert, it's not picking at them. Take some hot water, pour it in, feel cozy, and then just easily peel off. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. How tea lights got their name. A tea light derives its name from their use in teapot warmers. Of course they do. Of course they do. They go under the tea. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. The correct name of this kitchen tool. This is a spatula. This is a spatula. This is a flipper spatula. This is a scraper spatula. This is a spatula. This is a spatula. There are different types of spatulas. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. How you're actually supposed to light a candle with more than one wick. You do not light them one by one. You light one, and then use that to light the others. They're all lit! Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. Teletubbies are adult size! Look at Tinky Winky. He's massive! They even used the giant hair to make it seem like the Teletubbies were tiny. They were used for the size as not to give away the scale of the Teletubby. They're adult size. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. How to easily tell which side of the USB cord is up. There's a symbol on every cord. Symbol. Symbol. This one has it on both sides. Symbol. Symbol. They all have symbols. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. How to easily measure sticky ingredients. All right, let's try this out. Non-stick spray. Spray the tool. Measure. And pour. No mess. No mess. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. Faucets have filters that you're supposed to replace and clean. They're called aerators. How often should I clean aerators? It's recommended that you replace the aerator annually. Okay, let's go see. That's an aerator. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. How you're actually supposed to use an air freshener. Reading glasses. Your tree can last up to 7 weeks if you follow these steps. Open bags. Each week, expose more or less of tree. There's even a diagram for us. Long lasting. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. The black and white movie from Home Alone is not a real movie. Angels with Even Filthier Souls, a fictional, black and white, gangster metafilm. You sit on a throne of lies. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. Movie theater popcorn butter has no butter in it. Your movie theater butter has no butter in it, but it does have partially hydrogenated soybean oil. Nothing is real. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. How to control a pour from any container that has one of these. Take it out. Put it back in upside down. Nice and snug. And pour. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. How you're actually supposed to unwrap Hershey's Kisses. You do not unwrap from the point all in one piece. You take the flag and pull down. You pull the flag down. Honey, I got... Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. The top of this kitchen tool comes off. All right, here it goes. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. The top of this kitchen tool comes off. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. You don't have to refrigerate everything. Let's go check. Let's see. Apple cider vinegar, gross. Refrigeration not needed. Oat milk, yes. Hot sauce. Nope. What about the freezer? There's a whole loaf of bread in here. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. The Humpty Dumpty poem never mentions Humpty Dumpty as an egg. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. This is not the real size of countries and continents. This is the real size of countries and continents. This is a Mercator projection map, and it's distorted because it's a 3D projection on a 2D surface. This is the real size of countries and continents. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. The holes on top of ladders are there for a reason. Climb with tools. Put tools in the hole. Hands free for work. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. How you're actually supposed to put lights on the Christmas tree. You do not wrap around. You go up and down. Up. Down. Up. Honey, the lights are gonna go. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. Kale is man-made. Bad news for natural food lovers. Kale is actually a genetically modified food. So all that natural health food stuff is just a lie. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. Broccoli is a human invention. Broccoli is a human invention. It was bred out of the wild cabbage plant. So those tiny, tiny little trees aren't natural. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. The real reason you should unpack your clothes at a hotel. It helps prevent bed bugs from getting in your clothes. Not this hotel, but just... Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. Travel pillows go in front. I'm so comfy. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. The correct way to get wax out of a Hanukkah. I gotta reposition you. You do not use a fork. Turn it over and just melt the wax out. So much easier. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. How you're actually supposed to peel sticky notes. You do not peel it from the bottom. Rotate. Peel it from the side. Put it on. And it doesn't curl up. It doesn't curl up. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. How to use Post-its in a notebook. Where are you? Sticky side should not be at the top. Turn it upside down. Sticky side at the bottom. Write the note. Place it in the page. It doesn't curl up and ruin the note. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. You should buy the comforter that's bigger than your mattress. Gotta take you to the bedroom. This is my queen size comforter for my queen size mattress. I share it with my wife. We are not good at sharing the blankie. This is a king size comforter. I get as much blankie as I want now. It's very cozy. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. The correct way to remove Gatorades from the pack. You don't rip them down and out. There's a perforated edge. Ow. There's a perforated edge. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. You're actually not supposed to rub defibrillator pads together. It's completely unnecessary. In fact, rubbing the paddles together will do nothing but damage the device. I guess Hollywood lies. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. The correct way to do the YMCA dance. Let's all learn directly from the village people.
Right, so here we go. Lesson number 1. Why? That's easy, but it gets harder. M!
This is M! This! Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. The real reason tiny pizza tables exist. It's not for tiny pizza parties, as sad as that is. They're called pizza savers, and they stop pizza boxes from being crushed when they're stacked. Added bonus, they stop the delicious cheese from melting on the box. I still want to go to that tiny pizza party. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. The blow dryer has a filter you're supposed to clean. This part. Twist it the other way. The blow dryer has a filter you're supposed to clean. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. Fruit Loops are all the same flavor. We've all been misled. Lime green. When in fact, they're all the same. Time to test. Green, red, orange, yellow, blue, purple. They all taste the same. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. How to find studs without a stud finder. You just brush your hand along the wall. Here, let me show you. Hand, wall, slowly move across. Find where it's raised. Right there. Oh yeah, that's a stud. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. The little symbol on the PlayStation rotates. Flat PlayStation, symbol correct. Vertical PlayStation, symbol wrong. Rotate symbol. Symbol right. Symbol right. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. How to take drywall anchors out of the wall. Over to the wall. The culprit is right there. Closer look. Step 1, safety razor. Loosen the drywall around. Step 2, drill into the anchor. A little bit, not all the way. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Out! Easily! Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. If you call your bank, you can find out if your money's being invested in big polluters. And choosing where to keep or invest your money can actually have a positive impact on the climate. Most people don't know, but many financial institutions still invest in carbon polluting industries. And your money might indirectly be supporting them. It's an easy fix though. All you have to do is get on the phone, call your financial institution, and ask about their responsible banking policies. Or in my case, ask my wife. Honey, what does our bank do with our money? It better be good for the environment. Check the Breaking Boundaries link in my bio to learn more about easy ways you can help the climate crisis through the next 30 days. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. This hole is for cutting this spout. It even says it, look, spout cutter. Put it in, snip. Easy. Man. Great. Here's something you should know before you're in your 30s. It's okay to put holes in the walls if you rent. Here, let me show you. Holes. 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 Don't be afraid of drywall holes. They're patchable. You live in the place you rent. Make it your home. Honey, we have some holes to patch. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. How to tie a robe. You don't put the rope in the back. Take it out. Put it in the front. And then it's nice and tighter. Here's a movie thing I didn't know until I was in my 30s. Neo is an anagram for one. Yeah. Here's something I didn't know until I was in my 30s. QR codes, scan the white part, not the black. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. How to figure out the small percentage of a big number. You just switch the numbers. 20% of 75 is the same as 75% of 20. It's 15. It's 15. Honey, I did math. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. This is not a butter knife. What are you? No. No. I don't even have a real butter knife. This is a dinner knife, not for spreading butter. That's why it's so annoying to spread butter with this. Liar. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. Why pizzas come with so many shapes? The circle is what naturally happens when you stretch dough. The square is the simplest shape to make a box out of. And the triangle is what happens when you cut a circle more than twice. What? Here's something you should know before you're in your 30s. You can remove your self view on Zoom. Hover over your video feed, select the 3 little dots, and click on Hide Self. Helps a lot with meeting fatigue. Oof. Hope it helps. Here's something I wish I knew before I was in my 30s. How to carve a pumpkin. You do not open from the top. You open from the bottom. Make a nice big hole to hold the candle. Clean it all out. Add whimsy. Hey. Lit candle sits on the pumpkin and you place over. Happy Halloween. Honey, I carved a pumpkin.